You know, ever since I beat Elden Ring the other day and became an Elden Lord, a lot of my friends and family have been telling me I've been acting different. My dialect has been different. My energy hasn't been the same. I don't know what they're talking about.
Long while, Morgoth. Long and hard didst thou fight, tarnished warrior, spurned by the grace of gold. Alas, I am returned. Upon my name as Godfrey, the first Elden Lord. Nope. Now I fight as Horaloo.
I don't know if you watched this, I'm sorry. Yo, welcome back to the arcade. Listen, today we're going to be going over the top 10 things that I've came up with myself and with some assistance of one of my YouTube friends. The top 10 things that we want to see in the Shadow of the Erdtree Elden Ring DLC. Now, I on purpose did not watch any other Shadow of the Erdtree lore or Shadow of the Erdtree top 10 videos because I did not want to taint my thought process and my original ideas. So if you ever watched other videos and some of my ideas overlap, was not on purpose. I'm not pulling a bomber guy. This is all my shit. So please drop a like on the video at any point if you're enjoying the content. If not, drop a dislike. But most importantly, I'm already going to assume that you're subscribed. If not, you need to go and hit that subscribe button. Once you do that, go down to those notifications where it says personalized, and that little bell icon is probably clear and close. I need you to click that and change that to all, Tonish. This way I know you get my notifications. There's no confusion between me, you, and the algorithm. If you do that for me, I'll keep bringing these heat for you. Speaking of heat, it's hot as fuck. All right, coming in at number 10, accessibility options for everyone. Now, from my understanding as a newer Souls player, From Software has not been the most groundbreaking in accessibility options for, you know, vision, hearing impaired, physically impaired, whatever the case may be, compared to a lot of the other AAA games and titles that we have out today. So as a person who had a disabled brother, this is something that's very important to me. And I personally use a lot of the accessibility options myself just for more comfort while playing these games, especially on camera, be it be something with the vision portion or with the sound or with the subtitles or the color. You know, a lot of people are colorblind, so something like that I think is definitely needed to make sure this masterpiece of a game can be played literally by any and everyone, no matter the situation, no matter what's going on in your life. I think that's very important, and I would imagine a lot of people would agree with that as well.
Got him. What? No, don't die. Don't die. Got him. Confirmed.
Number 9, a photo mode. And this is something that's became more and more popular over the years, that a lot of these games starting to include designated photo mode. From Software, I understand they've never included a photo mode in any of their games, if I'm not mistaken. So many times whenever you get that right angle, or you like seek view, you're on the edge of the cliff or some shit like that, and you just want to get a good photo, and unfortunately you're not allowed to do that. And I think it's an absolute crime that we don't have a designated photo mode, and I believe that's something that shouldn't be too difficult to add to the game, but I'm not a game dev, so who knows. But if not the DLC, in the next From Software game in general. Now that I think about it, my game of the year, Armored Core 6, that one had a photo mode, so I was incorrect. I just corrected myself. Don't yell at me. Number 8, verifying these messages. Now I want to be clear about this. I understand that this message system, the online mode, is a staple of the From Software Souls type games, to leave a message to assist other players. But as a brand new Souls player, this is my first time playing Elden Ring, in the midst of anxiety and stress trying to decipher what messages was bullshit and what messages was legit, was very annoying. Hidden path ahead. I mean, fucking clank, 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 clank. Clank hitting the wall trying to see if it's real. Seek butthole. Yeah, it's only so many times you can read them before you go, all right, bro. Or try jumping. And a lot of this stuff is apparent. I know you don't need to try jumping, but sometimes whenever you're in a bind, you're gonna have any flash of love, you're trying to find a grace, you need some fucking assistance. Help me. You're in that mode. The last thing you want is a motherfucker trolling stuff. There was some kind of way to see like a check mark or like a similar to Reddit. How many upvotes? Because you know you can applaud the message, but what if we saw like an arrow that literally showed 500 or 5K upvotes or 5K downvotes? Immediately, you're going to be able to look at that message and go, okay, this is legit or this is bullshit. Is this likely? Probably not. Number 7 is online crossplay. Now, I wasn't aware that this wasn't crossplay. So whenever you're online and you're doing multiplayer, you're doing co-op, you're doing summons, I just recently found out that crossplay was not available. So if you're on PlayStation, you're only getting PlayStation players. If you're on PC, you're only getting PC. And I think in 2023, 2024, 2022, whenever the game released, crossplay should be available across the board. Once again, I'm not game dev, so I don't know how difficult that is. In my little pea brain, just flip the switch, make it so everyone can play together. Because as you know, you probably have friends that's on Xbox and you're on PlayStation. Y'all can't co-op together, from my understanding. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. Being able to jump in with your boys, no matter what console they're on, platform they're on, dare I say, that should definitely be added in the DLC update.
We have this option for cross-region play, and it's set to no matchmaking or perform matchmaking. Now, this doesn't mean cross-platform, just in case there was any confusion.
Number 6. Enemy lore. Now this is something that I gotten from one of my favorite games. That's not my favorite game of all time, God of War, the God of War series. If you played those games, you will know that whenever you meet an enemy or after you kill an enemy, you can go to the menu and you can see what said enemy name is, where they're from, why they like they are. In Elden Ring, you come across so many fucking monsters, ghouls, and goblins, and just overall weirdos. In particular, the singing gargoyle, the most what the fuck enemy ever. You hear a nice voice singing. The one of the most horrible things you ever seen in your life. I would like to know the origin of that. It would be great to know, oh, this. It only flies in this area. This is an enemy that only spawns at night, similar to the Night Cavalry. Shit like that, just to give you, I don't know, just like a menu option or just like some lore. Just imagine the lore breakdowns Vadi Vita would do if he...
This is a worm face, and I think that they are the most disturbing enemy in Elden Ring. Just listen to the sound.
Yeah, on second thought, I was wrong. He fucking knows everything already. So I think that's something that would be very cool in my opinion. And of course, us gamers that love lore and love to break down videos like that, this would be perfect piece of the puzzle. Unless they have like an Elden Ring book or some source material that I'm not aware of, this is something that I look for myself. Number 5. No more fucking dragon fights. Now this has been my number 1 criticism with Elden Ring. And as a massive Game of Thrones fan, I mean massive, I have a Game of Thrones shrine over here on my wall. And I know I can speak for a lot of people when I say I'm tired of clipping at fucking ankles as a melee build with these fucking dragons. I felt like I fought like 10 different variations of a dragons. We've had the glintstone, this one on the bridge, this dragon, the fire, the ice dragon, the electricity dragon, fucking sperm whale dragon. We get it. They amazing to see on camera. Amazing to see. Dog shit to fight.
Welcome, fellow Tarnished. Thanks for tuning in to another Game 8 walkthrough video. Let's check it out.
Number 4, flying mounts, more aerial traversal. Now, initially I wanted to say we should be able to let Torrent fly. No. Hear me out. So I realized making Torrent fly would be absolutely fucking OP. So one, should it be similar to like Yoshi in Mario Party where he has like just a few seconds to kind of glide, so to speak, and he has more like a HP meter similar to like your Blue Flash or something like that. And I was like, well, I don't see them being able to do that. But of course we have I call them jump portals. You know, when you jump on the air and it kind of floats up in the sky. What if whenever we did have to fight a dragon or a boss that doesn't literally fit on your fucking screen and you're just literally fighting the camera for the most part, Black Blade Kendrick or fucking fire giant. So what if in the boss arena we had these jump portals, like 4 or 5 of them around the arena, so you're able to fight on torrent and use those to run around, jump up, especially if you're a mage, and being able to, like, you know, shoot your little magic shit doing that way, or jump up and get a few swipes in while you're in the air with your melee build as well too. So I think that would just completely diversify fighting styles and make it a lot more entertaining. I don't really want torrent to fly per se, but just having ability to get the fuck up there in those big boss battles, I think that would be so sick.
Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Get it.
Number 3, a boss fight replay. Now, I know the typical Souls format is once you kill a boss, they're dead, they're done. When after you completely obliterated the game, you're finally able to get an option for a boss battle select. Because I know fighting my favorite boss, Horulu, that was by far my most favorite boss fight, because it's so fast, it's so random. He changes up, he goes from, I want to refight him again, but I'm like, man, fuck, I gotta do all of this shit again just to get back to this one boss fight. And again, I think you should have to grind for it after you get to maybe New Game 7+, because they can really keep the replayability up of the entire game. It's more than fair that you should be able to unlock boss fight replay. That's something that would be cool. I want to go back and fight some of these bosses. Like, I one-shot it. Moog, bitch ass. It could be my dynasty. Coming in at number 2, a death counter on bosses. Now this is gonna be fire. I think you're gonna like this one a lot. Imagine if you had a death counter on Morgan the Fallen the first time you fought him on the bottom left, top right of the screen, so you can physically see, okay, I've died to this mother 15 times. Because a lot of times you can count, but you lose count, especially if you're getting smashed like Black Blade Kendrick did me. So say you died to him 25 times. That would be cool in itself. Just give us a death counter. This way you know how many times you've died to said boss, so on and so forth. But I want to take a step further. I said, well, what if, now this can go either way. You can either multiply this or divide this, depending on your preference. I know some of you are savages is watching this and you want pain at all costs. But imagine you died to the tree sentinel like I did, I don't know, 150 times. Those 100 times that you died to him is multiplied by the amount of runes that you get. So if the tree sentinel is worth what, 30,000 if I'm not mistaken, then you get that times 100 deaths. But you're like, oh my god, that's too much. Okay, well, they can penalize you for dying so much. They can divide that shit. So if you died 150 times, now that 30,000 that you're going to get for beating him, but since you died, it's now worth much less because you died so many times. But just a death counter in general will be very cool, for you can actually see, okay, I died to this boss this many times. What boss did I die the most to? Shit like that. A lot of us know, but just being able to see the physical number, because if you sit down and play Elden Ring for 4 or 5 hours, you're going to lose count, unless you're a stream or some shit. They got like a death counter and you got the, a chat and all that shit. But I think a death counter would be absolutely fire for us to have in this upcoming DLC.
And Sir Gideon Othniel, the all-knowing.
Number 1, a permadeath mode. Now this was a combination of me and my boy Nine. He's a YouTuber who does PlayStation news and reviews. But he was texting, going over some ideas. This is something that I only found out about a few months ago when I played Diablo 4 here on the channel for the first time. I never played a Diablo game. And as I was making my character, I may have this footage. It's one level you can choose. It's called permadeath. And I remember reading it thinking like, what are you saying right now? So if you die, you lose everything. The fuck you mean I lose everything? So if you die, you start over from scratch, your character is gone. Hey, you gotta be a pure maniac. You hear me? For the hardcore Souls fans, the ones that frown upon using mimic tears, the ones that frown upon you exploring and forming up, the ones that frown upon armor, the let me solo her mother. Y'all, the real one, as they say. Elden Ring needs a permadeath mode. Simple. You die one time, you lose it all. Rooms, start from scratch, back in the beginning. Rise at Torrents, the whole speech, tutorial section, seek fall, take the plunge, fucking Skyon with the sword. You right back in the beginning, my boy. And this is what Nine came up with to make it even more annoying, even more clout filled. You attach a trophy to that shit. That's right. Beat the entire Elden Ring without, and I know people have done this. I watched them all do it. But he did a no-hit run Elden Ring. Got a big goatee, but tie a trophy to it. So you really know who the motherfucker man is, or woman, or tarnished, whatever you want to call it. Number one thing they need to add is a permadeath mode. Please comment down below if that's something you would be interested in. Would you even give that a try? Seeing people going after that trophy would be insane. That's all I have. Listen, if I missed anything, if you have some suggestions, I'm going to ask the community poll about this as well. What is something that you want to see in the Shadow of the Erdtree DLC? I'm so excited to be on the ground floor. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much again. Drop a like on the video. I was going to do an outro as Horaloo, but I don't feel like taking my shirt off. So yeah, y'all just going to get this instead.
Try the opening right here. The guards don't know about it. You'll breach the castle undetected.
Now why the fuck would I listen to you?